I'm going to start my timer and make this. Hello, my name is Reggie Koffman with True North Notary and Signing Services, and this is my story. So, this is me in my younger years, but we're not really going to go back that far. Instead, we're going to go to me in the first grade. In the first grade, I lived in Irvine, California, and this is Julie in the first grade. She lived 37 miles north of me in Claremont, California. And all you BNI people, you see Azusa is just west of that. That's where this all started. 13 miles east of Julie's address and 17 years later, we met at Chaffey College. That little heart right there, that's us. 9 months later, we were married. 2 weeks after that, I headed off to basic training. That is me. The tall, dark, handsome one. Well, hang on. That one is me. I was assigned the job of squad leader for Flight 461, and after I graduated from basic training, I went on to tech school where I studied to be a dental technician during peacetime and a medic during wartime. I was on standby twice for Desert Storm, but didn't have the privilege of serving our country in that capacity. When I left the Air Force, I went into sales, became a certified massage therapist, worked in the technical support field, supervised a technical team of 17, and ran a training group for several internet service providers. I was a business analyst for the largest tax and payroll company in the United States, and every week when the new hire and unemployment figures were announced, they were reading my reports. I was there for 10 years, and they moved my division out of the country, and Julie said, "Well, you've always wanted to." So I made my way into the entertainment industry where I worked a bit and learned a lot. Along our road of life, Julie and I adopted 2 boys, Nicholas and Samuel. Nick is from Kenya. He graduated from Cal Poly Pomona and is now an architect for a firm in Rancho Cucamonga, California. And Sammy is from Uganda. He graduated from Hope International University and is an associate marriage and family therapist in Pasadena, California. Sam and Nick are just 2 outstanding individuals, and though they came from Kenya and Uganda, they worked as tutors teaching English. So once we pushed these eagles out of the nest, Julie and I moved to Hawaii for a bit before making our way to Petaluma. We arrived way before our place was ready. So Julie and I, along with Gus, Lily, and Iris, we stayed in a 1-room Airbnb for 18 days. 1 room. And now we're here. So come on over, Notary. It's because I'm mobile. Well, sometimes I go out to work, and I look across the city. Some self-talk, all is well. Keep it going, I'm telling you, this place is pretty. I printed out my docs, office clean, don't leave a mess. Set my GPS to Waze, so I'm at the right address. Envelopes, laptop, scanner, they all fulfill my need. Why don't you come on over, Notary, Notary, Notary. Why don't you come on over, Notary. So what is a notary? A notary public is an official of integrity appointed by the state to prevent fraud. And the reason I introduce myself as a notary loan signing agent is because every loan signing agent is a notary, but not every notary is a loan signing agent. Actually, I'm a loan signing agent. So a loan signing agent witnesses signatures and understands how to walk a borrower through the process of completing their loan signing. On an average, there are about 160 pages in a packet of loan documents. In that packet, it requires stamps, signatures, initials, and correctly formatted dates. I know exactly where those stamped, signed, initialed, and dated items need to be placed. California has some of the most stringent application requirements for notaries in the US, and I don't take what I do lightly. So what does a notary fall under in the state of California? A notary falls under the executive branch, the Secretary of State. So how do you go about becoming a notary? You go through a California state approved training, must be state approved. You take and pass the exam. You get live scan fingerprinted to be background checked by the Department of Justice. And as a loan signing agent, I get background checked twice, once for the state of California, and there are some title companies that require background check once a year. So you submit your application to the Secretary of State. You receive your commission certificate for the state. Then you can order your notary stamp, and you can't do it until you get your commission because you have to get your notary stamp from a state approved vendor. So you must file your bond and take your oath within 30 days of receiving your commission over here at step 5. If you don't do it within 30 days, you go all the way back to step 2. You pay to take the exam, you take the exam, and then you have to pass the exam. So then you can begin performing notarial acts. And when you do that, all parties are required to appear in person to sign documents, and you always get proper identification that is issued by a government agency. The most frequently used ID is a driver license. Yes, I said it right, driver license. And this is coming from the state of California's Department of Motor Vehicles. And this is, you want their name here because it's going to appear on the document, so you need to match that. In this case, it's Judy Jane Doe. She doesn't like going by the name Judy, so she uses her middle name Jane Doe. She thinks it sounds more fun. And you want to have a photo ID because you're going to match the person who's sitting in front of you. And you want physical description listed on the license and their signature. So every document that gets notarized gets put in my journal. And in this case, just briefly go over what an acknowledgement looks like. This shows the state of California and the county of, let's say we're doing one in the county of Sonoma. That's where the notarization is getting done. And then right here on this date, it must be the date that I am notarizing that document. It can't be before, it can't be after that date. And this is me right there, my name with my title. And then I put the person's name who I'm sitting across from right here. And then I sign it, I stamp it. The bottom is optional. I don't use that. So once I do that, everything I do goes into a journal for notarial events. And in that journal is everything that I just showed you, along with the type of document that it was right here, certificate of trust. And I get the person's signature, their thumb print right there, and my ideal referrals: real estate agents, title companies, escrow officers, loan officers, law offices, lenders, anybody who's doing anything with estates. That's really good for me. And I just want to let you know that my name is Reggie Koffman. I am with True North Notary and Signing Services. There's my information there. And many people have said this, but I last read it from Simon Sinek. Alone is hard, together is better. Thank you.
Terrific, Reggie. Thank you for your song as well. Now